from the Hart family getting ridiculed by Shawn Michaels and wanting revenge, to the Foreign Fanatics taking on the All-Americans. WWE tried to put on quite the show for us wrestling fans at the 1993 Survivor Series. Welcome everybody to your 1993 Survivor Series. This is Webby. And they tried, and instead it turned out to be one of the weakest Survivor Series up to that point. From 1987 to 1993, that had to be one of the weakest cards as far as how it came off. Once the show was over, it had to be one of the weakest. I mean, that's it. All you have to do is look at Bam Bam Bigelow, Bastion Booger, and the Head Shrinkers take on Mo and Mabel and the Bushwhackers Doinks. All four of them were Doinks. Mo and Mabel Doink had one big sandwich. Bam Bam, Bastion Booger, and the Head Shrinkers were their sandwich. That was it. They squashed them. Bushwhackers ran around, did their all little fun stuff, fighting everybody, came down with wagons and yay, yo, and all that kind of stuff. Mo and Mabel Doink did what they did best. Doink the Clown, smiling and laughing and having a good time up on the Titantron once the match was over at Bam Bam Bigelow. And that was it. Kind of ridiculous. I don't know. I just didn't find it real entertaining. You know, after a while, once you see Doink the Clown do this constantly over and over and over again, it's like, Now later on, when he had the rivalry with Jerry the King Lawler, that was entertaining. But this with Bam Bam, it was kind of stale and boring. So, not real anything to get excited over. One thing I do appreciate about this Survivor Series, though, was the Rock and Roll Express taking on the Heavenly Bodies, WWE showcasing a different promotion. I think that's a very important thing, them showcasing a smaller promotion and giving them some spotlight. The Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Championship was on the line. Now, one thing I would have done differently in this contest is I would have put Smoky Mountain Wrestling rules in this contest instead of WWE rules, because they use WWE rules in the matchup. Heavenly Bodies win by using the loaded tennis racket, jumping off the top rope and ramming it into the Rock and Roll Express for the 1, 2, 3, and winning the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Championship. James E. Cornette having a great night when that happened, because the Heavenly Bodies was managed by him. And, you know, let's just face it, anytime you win tag team gold, you're having a great night. So I would have done it differently in that aspect, but I think it's great that WWE was showcasing a different promotion at that time, especially since they don't do that kind of stuff anymore. The Hart family taking on Shawn Michaels and his Knights. This contest, you know, it was a good matchup. Probably the best one of the night, you want to know the truth. Good backstory. Shawn Michaels making fun of the entire Hart family. You know, just ridiculing them about everything. Shawn just being absolutely nasty towards them. Finally, Brett, Keith, Bruce, and Owen had had enough of all this stew on the outside and wanted revenge, and that's exactly what they got. Now, the thing that was most important about this contest was that it spun off the rivalry of Owen Hart and Bret Hart, which led all the way to SummerSlam of that year, which was an epic steel cage match for the WWE Championship. Awesome matchup. One that's still talked about to this day. Now, I'm glad at WrestleMania Owen Hart got that victory between those two. But as far as at this Survivor Series, I think it was a great way to plant the seeds when Owen Hart was the only one that was eliminated in the Hart family, and coming down and getting mad and being jealous and saying Stu was the only cared about Brett, and Brett gets all the attention amongst other things. He didn't want to talk about it. So it was a great build, and Survivor Series was a good start. So can't really say anything about this contest. IRS, Diesel, the model Rick Martel, and Adam Bomb took on Razor Ramon, Marty Jannetty, 1-2-3 Kid, and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Originally it was supposed to be Mr. Perfect and not Macho Man. A matchup you can't really say much about, except that Macho Man, this match continued the rivalry with Crush, which led to WrestleMania 10. Macho Man got eliminated because Crush came down, and they were already in the rivalry because Crush cost Macho Man his announcing job, and he jumped out of the ring and got counted out. That's pretty much what happened in this contest. Macho Man eliminated Diesel. Marty Jannetty and 1-2-3 Kid was the sole survivors in this matchup. Not a whole lot else happened. Who cares? It wasn't that an exciting contest. It opened up the show. There you go. Nothing too exciting. And in the main event, the Foreign Fanatics taking on the All-Americans. Yokozuna, the massive 550-pound WWE champion, led Jacques, Crush, and Ludwig Borga, the Foreign Fanatics, as they took on the Steiner brothers, The Undertaker, and Captain Lex Luger. This ended Lex Luger and Yokozuna's rivalry and began The Undertaker's and Yokozuna's rivalry. That's what this match did. When The Undertaker got his head slammed into the steel steps and rolled his eyes in the back of his head towards Yokozuna, that planted the seeds for their massive casket match at the Royal Rumble. That's what this match did. And Lex Luger won the matchup and was the sole survivor, which we all knew was going to happen because you're on to send people home happy at the Survivor Series the night before Thanksgiving, the All-American tradition. So the All-Americans are going to beat the Foreign Fanatics. It only makes sense. But all in all, this Survivor Series was kind of bland, kind of stale, kind of boring. And it was sad because this Survivor Series marked the last pay-per-view that Bobby the Brain Heenan was at until WrestleMania 17, when they had that big, huge battle royal. So, I mean, very, very sad pay-per-view because of that, because he made an excellent commentator, and it lost some luster as far as jokes during the announce booth was concerned. And he didn't even make that many announcement jokes during this Survivor Series. So it lost some luster in this one as well. But all in all, this year's Survivor Series was kind of weak. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in comments below. Tell me if you agree with me. Did you think it was a big extravagance, great pay-per-view, or did you think it was a kind of a weak, underwhelming card? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook and Twitter. Follow me at 2007 Webby. Until I see you again, this is Webby, and I will catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.